Yes, but like that's not gonna work. I mean, I'm gonna have to stay here the whole time muted because you might be able to just do the camera. Yep, yep. I've seen it. Yeah, it definitely is. We're good.
We good?
We're good.
We're live.
Hello, everybody. My name is Shay. I am a cast member on our bi-monthly TTRPG. I just heard myself. Live play called Welcome to the Table that streams on Twitch at 6:30 p.m. Eastern every other Sunday. I am also your new host of this show, T7, which stands for Thorough Thursday Theories That Transcend the Table. A talk show of sorts. Is this a talk show? Are we a talk show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we discuss
the latest gossip.
bonus content. Yep. Where we discuss the events of the show, maybe some difficult questions about good, evil, life, and faith, and as well as general nerdery, things that excite us, you know.
Here.
And we are also here to answer questions you may have about anything. Yeah. That being said, go ahead and hop in the chat if you're with us and ask a question, because that'd be great. We'd love to answer them. Yeah, now that that's all covered, all that intro, does everybody want to introduce themselves? I already introduced myself.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, world, internet. I am Nate Garland, the historian, creator of Welcome to the Table. And I am excited not to host this show. So that's fun.
You're
I'm
welcome.
so happy that Shay stepped up to do that. But it's still fun to be on. So, yeah, that's, I mean,
I play rock. Devin is my name. Next question.
that was
Nice to meet
exactly.
you.
I just want to point out that episode 1. That's exactly how you had introduced yourself, like word for word.
I think, yeah, probably.
Watch the. We need a replay, but I'm fairly
Mhm.
certain
Instant
Devin
replay.
is me. That's what.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I'm gonna find it. Please continue.
Okay.
I am Matt, and I am producer. So I run everything, almost everything behind the scenes. And working on camera. That's Emily.
Oh, should I introduce myself? I should introduce myself, but look into the camera over here. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a co-producer.
I'm not hearing a thing.
No, am I?
I'm not hearing it.
Matt, you're
muted.
Wah, wah.
Dang.
Which one's muted?
Womp
Hey, can you
womp.
hear me? Can you hear me now?
nothing.
Nothing?
Still
We
nothing.
know what we're doing.
Oh. Which one?
Nothing.
Settings.
Settings?
Video.
Wait.
Voice and video.
Wait.
Voice and video.
Wait.
Real
Change.
world solutions to
Import.
real world problems.
That's right.
Change
Yep.
it to
I just
that.
love the
This is?
pointing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
No,
just like, oh.
check.
Let's try.
Over there. No. Oh, no. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I be on now?
Hey,
there she
is.
you.
This is why I married a tech person because I'm not.
Yes.
Blur. Oh, she's focused now.
Nice.
Wow.
But
yeah,
So my name is Emily. I'm co-producer and art director and social media administrator and all of those things. Big fan.
Yay.
Welcome to the table's #1 fan.
Yeah.
Cool. So I thought it would behoove us. Last session, if you watched last session, we had some confusion on the dates that we you know, the timeline that this show has been going on. So I'm going to cover it. We're going to go from beginning to end so that everyone's on the same page.
Do it.
Straight from the historian's own records. December 16th, we arrived at Decravos into C8, 10th C8, as it were. December 31st, we chose our classes. January 9th, and this is all happening, well, December was 616 AC, but this is now 617 AC. Cricket tests out the Harbinger. January 17th, we did the wall. January 18th.
I remember
Oliver.
the wall.
The wall. That was good. That was a good session. January 18th, Oliver and Yannick were taken into custody over some contraband.
Not controversial in my opinion.
January 19th, Oliver and Yannick were placed in the pit the very next day instead of being shot on sight, which is what they were supposed to be. January 23rd.
Some were disappointed about that. I'm not sure who, but I heard that there was rumbles that there was people who were disappointed that they weren't shot on sight.
January 23rd, Helena meets with Morvid and Dr. Olin about potential surgery to fix her wonky leg. January 26th, Oliver and Yannick. You shortened it to Ollie and Yanni, and that really threw me off there for a second.
You're welcome.
They are brought back out of the pit, and Helena revealed herself to be a traitor and escaped. February
Surprised
1st.
that you're calling her a traitor.
Well, that's what we think might be happening. Who knows? Who knows?
I don't think I've ever heard you call her explicitly a traitor. You just kept saying like you weren't sure what was going on.
Morvid said that. Not me.
The lines are blurred.
February 1st, we started traveling up the Alina mountain range. 2nd, some travel, still moving, and we camped for the night. February 3rd, there was an avalanche where Lydia broke her arm, and Cricket used the knife trick to kill a oh boy, what are they called? Vargans. And February 4th, the group finds the tower, and Rock also finds the tower, and there was a fight to follow. So, now that we are all on the same page and clear about when things happened, knowing that there was a... So here, for those of you who haven't watched yet, this last session, it was C8's first real-life combat encounter outside of base camp, and was an encounter that took up most of the session, most of the episode. So it was a big one. So if you don't want me to spoil it, leave now. But by the end of the session,
maybe just mute for a while to keep the viewer count up. But other than that,
well, by the end of the session, everyone we were fighting was dead. So there you go. There's your spoiler. So initially, this question was for the cast, but really, it's just Devin and I tonight. So Devin, how do you think Rock feels, having gone out there?
How do I think he feels right now?
Listen,
now, he's in a lot of pain.
Well, that's true. How do you think Rock is going to feel about having this blood on his hands for the first time? Or maybe not the first time, because I don't know Rock's backstory.
Well, in an official legal capacity, this is the first time that he was like free to kill without consequence. Pumped. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, he was pumped. Like, even when the dude was stunned at the end and there was only one dude left, he still gave him a right punch in the schnog.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's pumped. Like, he didn't use his gun the whole time because he wanted to be hands-on. Like, he wanted to just punch these dudes. So I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah, like I did get the sense of that. Yeah. A lot of stuff happened, and Morvid unintentionally had a lot of blood on their hands, both metaphorically and not metaphorically.
A couple, I mean, two people blew their heads off in front of you. 2 heads were blown off in front of you.
Yeah. That was tough to go home the night of that session and not be able to tell Jordan because we pre-recorded.
Yep.
I was like, I can't tell you what happened, but I'm traumatized and Morvid's traumatized, and
She's just holding the steering wheel like.
Yep, that's great.
If Shay had pearls, she would be clutching them.
Yeah, she'd be clutching the pearls.
Oh, sorry, I almost knocked everything off my
Love it.
desk here.
Perfect.
That's what it's like being clumsy. Yeah, but the rest of the cast isn't here to answer that question, so
We can
I
just
guess-
imagine.
historian Nate, what do you think is going on with this squad?
Well, first of all, I don't want to put your thoughts. I have no idea, honestly. But my guess, I mean, from what Sarah was, I can only go by externals. When we don't have time to process, but Sarah, I should say Lydia, seemed overwhelmed by everything.
Mm-hmm.
And quiet after everything that happened. And I don't, again, this would be more, I don't want to like talk into Sarah's character, for her motivations and things, but I think she had explained like this really messed her up. Because that was she went after that dude.
Which is ultimately Nate's goal, is to mess people up.
What can I say? What is it, Hazuko?
Except you're welcome.
I couldn't remember if it was except or besides or
strike. Dream taken down.
It's gone. We're out.
Congrats.
Disney found us.
Yeah.
By the way,
before I forget.
Yeah, go ahead.
The next T7 will be the 7th episode of T7.
Nice.
Oh.
So it'll be the T7 special because it'll be T77.
The 7th T7.
Yeah, 7T7 maybe.
77. Oh, that's important.
We got to do something
milestone.
Special.
Sure.
We got to do something special.
Speaking of Disney, Steamboat Willie is now in public domain, so
Mhm.
he'll just become a character on Welcome to the Table.
Yeah, it's free game, so
It's
you might
free
just
game.
be with other
what,
now
Matthew?
copyright free characters like
ours.
Winnie the
We're going
Pooh.
Oh boy.
Oh, the front lines. Oh no.
It's so dangerous. That is so dangerous. So many childhoods are going to be scarred.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I in getting in the head during that fight of into Morvid's head, and even in just like trying to not be a murder hobo, and being like, what would actually have happened here? Yes, there was a gunshot, but in my head I was like, these are people in civilian clothing, and Rock's with them. As from my perspective, from our perspective, even though he's punching him, like,
Right.
we don't know what the scenario that led to that was. And so it's like, Morbid was doing everything to be like, I'm not just going to start shooting, but I understand, like, the party being, like, in defensive mode, never experiencing conflict outside of the walls of Decros.
I think, too, that if you guys weren't at the table when I was, like if you didn't actually... Because, like, it's hard to not metagame in that moment. Like, if you actually didn't know why I was with those people, it would have probably played out just a little bit differently.
Yeah.
That's probably true. That happens.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are at that stuff, that does happen.
Right. You can't...
yeah.
I mean, something's in your head. You're like...
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. That was fun. I was like, I don't really care if I'm putting myself in danger. I want to play this out like Morvid would have seen it.
Sure.
Concerned.
I mean, she never she was just a bystander for most of it. I mean, she shouldn't have had her gun. She shouldn't have had her finger on the trigger because that's not gun safety. But it's all right.
Yeah, well.
Look, I have a prop gun around here. I was going to pull it out, but I don't know where it is.
Mine is right out of reach. I cannot without moving out of my space.
It's just like you gotta keep your fingers straight. You gotta keep your fingers straight till you're ready to shoot. Tell Morvid this, okay?
It was a
Next
stressful.
time.
It was a stressful day. Someone had just died in her hands. She was a little stressed, a little tense.
Someone had just died in her hands, so she then put somebody else in her hands to die.
Sometimes mistakes compound. Sometimes mistakes compound.
It was a stressful situation. My ears are still ringing from the shot being fired in that small cab.
Yeah, and your ribs as
my
well.
My ribs are aching.
Maybe your lungs.
Maybe
just sing a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah. You're the doctor.
In planning the next session, I was just like, oh, this is exciting. I have things that'll be fun. I think you guys will. It'll be good.
It's just gonna be me and Shay at the table, and it's going to be a 3-hour surgery.
Real time.
With a lot of rolls.
Devin's actually going to lay on the table.
Oh my gosh.
And we're bringing in an anesthesiologist, and I will be put under.
We need to use the old-fashioned, morphine.
Yeah.
Make it realistic.
Knock me out for 7 days.
And then we'll give you prescription of cocaine afterwards.
Yes. For recovery, yeah.
Welcome to World War I, everybody.
Yep. Yeah. That's I have been on the search at some antique stores for some old-fashioned medical books, some old ones, and I've come across a couple, and I love looking into them and being like, oh, that's terrifying. That is. I am so glad I live in 2023, 2024. No,
2024.
Tell you.
I feel quick pause. I feel like 2024 is a big filler year. 2025 is going to be probably pretty cool, but 2024 is just kind of in the way.
It doesn't even start it. I mean, it's
such an unhealthy way to look at it, but
it is. It is. What are you expecting to happen?
I'm looking at 2024 as a Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Yeah. So get all your work done on Thursday. So on Friday you can kick it. Feed all your animals on Thursday so that on Friday you don't have to feed them.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
I'm not sure that translates.
We'll have to get an expert opinion on that. I'm not. Chat. We're not giving any advice on how to take care of animals. Yes, there is knowledge in this group of how to do that, but whatever we say, don't take it.
It's not coming from me, that's for sure.
That's me.
That's Shay. So
I'm an animal trainer, in case you didn't know. That's my full-time job.
Training animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have picture proof of a pigeon that was not properly trained.
It's not mine.
Not your pigeon.
I didn't train the pigeons.
Not my pigeons.
He wanted the limelight. Let's be honest. Pigeon.
Oh, it's funny because the light was lime green. That's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Anyway, enough trashing on Shay.
All right. Are we ready for another question?
Yeah, go for it.
Pigeon Gate.
Pigeon Gate is the best thing ever.
Reading chat. Reading it from our biggest fan, Nugzilio.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know.
I think he's from Australia, so he's he's up really early to watch this.
That's it.
I just watched a video on the Australia effect.
Oh?
Which is the scientifically proven effect that if you say that it came from Australia or that it was originated in Australia, that people like it better, and that people think it's good because it's coming from Australia.
Okay, let's test out the theory.
Yeah, let's do an example here.
Please.
So, the company UGG the company, United States company of Australia,
Hi, Wes.
was who has no. I'm struggling to say this correctly, accurately. Is not based in Australia and is a ripoff of Uggs from Australia. Okay. So they are actually the United States brand Ugg Australia is boots made in China. And I think they got sued or something for using Australia in the name because it has nothing to do with Australia, but they were taking advantage of the Australia effect.
Interesting.
By saying it was from Australia.
I had no idea that Australia was part of the name of Uggs at all because...
Yeah, I think they had to change it at some point.
Because I can't say, like, I own a pair of Uggs to, you know.
No, it doesn't seem like your style.
No, not my... Can't hear anything.
Hi, Wesley. We can't hear you.
Muted Wesley. Still nothing. Still nothing. We'll just wait. Buddy, I'm sorry. There's nothing there.
It's just a repeat of what I did earlier.
Your Discord settings. Other settings.
He's not showing muted.
No, he's not.
Oh.
You're not muted.
You're not muted.
Your settings are...
Yeah, maybe in your settings, your voice and video, maybe your microphone's He just shakes his head.
Yeah, so if you ever want someone to buy your product, market it that it's Australian.
Welcome to the table.
Welcome to the table.
Australia.
Is a product of Australia.
Do it. I beat you to it.
I can't do it now. I can't do it now. I was going to I can't. I have to warm up into the Australian accent. It is
Rise
The
of lights.
Australian accent.
like throw it there a little bit. No, see, I get.
We're gonna circle back and let Wes answer the questions.
That's pretty good.
Wes has got to answer the backlog of questions.
Wesley.
You're going into.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
now we got it.
He's here. How are you feeling, Wesley?
Critique.
Not great.
I'm sorry,
buddy.
Yeah, not the best. I'm all right. Just like still suffering from like a 2-week long sinus infection that's been rocking my world, and I still feel it. Same.
That sucks.
Well, you don't have to answer any questions if you don't want to. If you are preserving your sweet voice.
Write them down, and then you can just hold it up to the camera.
I can just mute myself again, and then I can act like I'm muted.
Yes, yeah.
The dog barks during that.
You can play with some action figures in front of the camera.
There we go.
I was going to say, I did know that Uggs were little kid shoes in Australia that somehow made it over to, like, the fashion of that shoe.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, like, little kids' bootsies. And then people started wearing them here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's like they made some kind of ripoff and called it Ugg Australia. That's all I know. And I heard that on the internet, so I couldn't.
Yeah, we've actually already been emailed by lawyers, and we're being sued. So.
Oh no! Oh no!
I've already failed my first job.
Hey, it's all right.
At hosting T7.
As long as you pay the legal
by getting
fees,
us sued.
It's fine.
Did you hear about that kid that beat Tetris?
Yeah!
All that.
Isn't that crazy?
Nuts.
Seems fake. How do you beat Tetris?
That's 1 point for humans. Take that, AI.
I think AI could probably beat Tetris
like he
30 seconds.
Played to the last possible coded part of the game.
Yeah, well, he played it until the game crashed because it couldn't keep up.
Yep.
So
wow.
I think
it sounds like faulty hardware.
It was like like 137, level 137 or something like
Did you
that.
hear about the news anchor that like told him to go outside and video games aren't life?
Touch grass.
Yeah, basically she told him to touch grass.
Wait, why?
Yeah, go
Wow.
touch grass. That's
why
what
is Wes's
Alyssa's been
camera
saying
not
a
on
lot
the
lately.
screen?
Alyssa's been telling me to touch grass recently,
Touch
like a
grass.
lot.
Oh, she's finally
Oh.
Nat
catching
was
up
trying to
to.
keep us from looking at you.
She's catching up
Aw.
on the lingo.
Silent.
Right.
She finally caught up to touch grass.
Nice.
Sorry.
Have
So-
you guys ever seen the videos of like they take like AI and like try to get it to beat like a video game, and they show you like each progression, and it'll be
Oh.
like they die 1,000 times to the first enemy, and then they figure out how to beat it, and then it's just like moved on, and then like they'll play like an overlay of all of the things happening at once. Very cool.
So, Wes, our first question was how your character might be feeling about having blood on his hands. That was our first fight with real people, and we actually killed them all. How do you think Cricket's feeling about that?
Well, I personally have not killed anybody yet, so it hasn't really sunk in. I mean, I watched like
True.
Lydia kill someone, and I watched someone explode like next to you, but other than that, you know,
And
that's
you were
all
in the
stuff.
truck.
That's stuff that I've already knew existed. I already knew people died, you know. That wasn't
Yeah.
a surprise.
What
But
about
I
your brother
still
being in critical condition?
oh yeah, that's well, you still seem fine. You know, like I trust that you're gonna be okay.
Okay.
I mean that's at least where I'm coming from, because I've seen you like beat up before, you know, and you always pull through.
And I'm coherent in speaking.
I would be if you did pass away, it would like rock my world, you know.
Rock your world.
It would rock my world. Yeah, but so far, I'm still pretty.
That's how I can make an impact in your life.
I'm still pretty chipper about things. Just
True.
glad to have survived.
Yeah, that's a good point. Then on to my second question, since we have covered the cast perspective. Nate, our beloved historian, introduced a new mechanic to Ordnance that some of us, namely me and Sarah, took advantage of in that fight. So how do we feel that went? And is there any room for improvement in that mechanic? I enjoyed it. This is for everyone, but I mean,
yeah, I think it opens it up for role playing more, which is fun. And it makes sense that it takes a lot of wherewithal, because it's not something that would be in your regular bag of tools. So, as to how to improve it, I really don't know, other than maybe it being at a disadvantage somehow, because you're also, I mean, there's a big risk in doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you're spending a lot of you're basically giving up your turn to do that.
Yeah, and it's like doing something that you have no idea how to do it. I mean,
yeah,
and unless you become exhausted, you
it,
can't do it the first round because you start with 6.
Right.
So it takes thought.
Yeah, personally, it wouldn't be like my first thing to do either. I mean, like, it's fun to like role play, but also I think realistically speaking, I would role play to what I know as a person. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to go try to read this thing over here now and use 6 wherewithal, when obviously we know in the campaign that I don't know how to read. You know, it just wouldn't make sense for me to do that. So I think, like, as a player, I need to like keep that in mind too, where it's like I can't just do things out of character that someone else can do, that would be in their wheelhouse, just because I feel like I want to do it, you know. Because it's not something that's just not something that I would do. But we'll see when the time arises for me to have to use it.
Because it gives me more opportunities to hurt people in fun and interesting ways. Like, maybe I find a boomerang and I can throw a boomerang at somebody for 6 wherewithal.
Wait, are we going?
Like,
are we
I
going
can
back to
see-
Australia.
I don't
can
know.
see-
It was just an Easter egg. It's an Easter egg.
I can see, like,
Oh, no.
potentially Morvid getting in critical condition, and then who's going to heal Morvid, you know? So, like, I would have to or someone else would have to step out of their, usual bag of tricks and try
And
to
I spent 6
heal her.
wherewithal to perform surgery on more
Right. She'd have to, like, talk you through it, though. Like, you still got rope,
brain surgery.
you know?
She
Mhm.
needs brain
Morvid's, like, in
surgery.
pain. She's like, stitch this part up, take that out.
Just the random scream here and there. No,
Yeah.
not there.
You have
That's
to
when
Yeah.
we pull out an actual operation game and put your face as his face. Go in.
Yes.
You missed what we were talking about earlier.
that's
I said that I said that the next stream is going to be just me and Shay and Nate, and it's just going to be 3 hours of her operating on me.
Well, we should use that as a mechanic. Bring out operation.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
She's
I would be shaking so bad if you made Rock's life depend on me playing Operation at the table.
Just
I
Devin's
was
face
thinking-
instead of yours then.
I was definitely thinking, because I was riding at 1 HP
Rock
for
was
a little bit
48
too long.
IP. Sorry, I interrupted.
1 IP for a little bit too long, and I was just like, I do not want to create another character. I'm not ready to create another character yet. Maybe one day, but not yet.
Uh-huh.
5-star general is gonna. When I die, I'm coming back as a 5-star general for the other side.
For the other side, yeah.
What I want to kind of get across as we do these things is that, fighting is obviously your guys' skill set, but it may not always be the best option
Mhm.
because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, essentially. So
Yeah. And that was Morvid last session where I was like, Morvid's not going to start shooting until she gets some answers.
Yep.
What am I going to do? I'm not going to just stand there and get shot.
right.
How can I convince them otherwise? And although it didn't end up that way, that was my option to roleplay not engaging in that manner.
Mhm.
I
It was
tried
cool.
to get
I liked it.
involved. Like,
I know
they
you
just
did.
wouldn't budge.
Because your brother
it-
shunned him.
In my own special way, I tried to get them to talk. Bang! Answer me! Bang! Bang! Bang!
Very convincing.
It is it's something. I mean, it's one way of doing it. Whether, I didn't say it's the right way of doing it, but I said it's at least one way.
It
It'd
is.
get
one
me
way.
talking. That's for sure.
Would it?
Probably.
Would it?
In real life? In real life, if I'm being beaten to a pulp and told to answer a simple question, I'll probably answer the simple question.
Can't trust you with any of my secrets.
Listen,
Beat it
I'm
out
not.
of you.
All right, these guys are probably like early CIA. So, like, obviously they're not going to talk, but
They were too good at their jobs.
I want to know what the subliminal messaging coming from Nate as the historian is that the Americans or Adivarians?
Edivarians.
Edivarians.
Sorry, I'm saying it with my accent. I'm wondering what the subliminal messaging is with the Edivarians being mercenaries and involved in both sides of the war. So excited to see that develop.
I will not speak on this.
No. I said excited to see that develop. Not I want answers right now.
For sure.
They said mercenaries, but what they meant was world police.
World police.
Exactly.
America!
Listen, Rock.
They're Americans. They're involved in everything.
That's right.
There's a lot of money in wanting a war to go on. So they could be just chaos agents.
Yep. Yeah.
You guys, before we continue on, I just want to point out that Matt and Emily, you guys, the camera just looks like a call center. Like you guys are.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Like-
calling support.
Mhm.
I'm sorry you're having issues.
No.
Oh, I was thinking
what's
it was going to be like a bidet sales call center. Like, on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your experience with toilet paper?
That's
Oh,
right.
no.
I heard 10. 10 is bad.
It looks a little bit like NASA, honestly, with the spaceships
Yeah.
in the background and
Like
Emily
space.
like on the computer writing things down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been taking
Spontaneous.
notes on everything you've been doing.
Fair enough.
I like that. Wait. No, yeah, it is. Emily just has Shay on like her entire screen.
Yep, that's what I
She's
see.
just
Emily,
looking at
I'm
Shay.
so glad. I'm so glad you enjoy
She's changing
watching
it now.
me.
She's changing it now. She's changing it
No,
now.
no, I
Don't
have
let
that.
this be forgotten.
I have everybody else underneath, and then so I can see, like, I'm like looking at somebody while they're talking, and
Mm.
Shay is doing most of the
Yeah,
talking.
sure. Shay is
And
the host.
also, I
It's
like
fair.
Shay more. So
Not your husband, not your
Oh,
own
shucks.
husband,
I
not your
mean,
flesh and blood.
I see him all the time.
Did you just say that there's like brother and sister or
I
something?
said flesh and blood.
Yeah.
They're one. They've become one.
Okay. All right. I see. You're going
You
with
know
the
how marriage
biblical
works?
take. You're going with the biblical take. I understood that, but initially it sounded like you were not.
I never implied that they were siblings. No.
Mm.
Thanks.
That's good.
Thanks. It's the least you could do.
Thanks for not implying that we're siblings.
Appreciate it.
Well, no, see, and like Matt and I had this conversation like before we got on, that there's literally nothing for us to do while like cast questions are being answered.
Yeah.
'Cause we're
Listen, you
not-
can chime in with your opinion.
You're right.
It's
This
true.
is how my character felt during the
Mm.
Cut
last
me off.
stream.
Emily, I
Yeah.
think
Taste of my own
Stanky
medicine.
Beard's question might be the
Yeah.
one for you. What is your favorite Rock Modvedev moment?
Oh, okay. There are none.
Now who's going to be on your screen? Is it going to be Shay 1 or Shay 2?
I'm uncomfortable.
That's just a screenshot of Shay.
I was gonna say it's not even moving.
It is moving. What are you
No,
talking
it's
about?
not.
Yeah, it's
She's a ventriloquist.
Emily, answer the question now.
there is not
No,
a
no, because even
favorite.
if you hate them all, one of them has to be the least hated, which would make it the most liked.
Your favorite Rock Modvedev moment is when he broke a rib and is
Yeah,
almost
it could be
Right,
has
Negan
and he's
almost
in
died.
critical is in critical condition.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean going back to like I think it was like one of our first T7s. Like I know I crap on Rock all the time because he's such a, like he's a hateable character.
Literally.
He's so needed for the story. And
Mhm.
like it's so nice to have a character that I don't know that you can hate, because if all of like if everybody's character was somebody that you love, this would be such a boring story.
Yep.
So I hate
Love
to
it.
be that.
I think
I
that
feel like
Rock
all of our
is
characters
fucking
are hateable in
fan
some
favorite.
way.
Exactly. I feel that way. I wasn't gonna
Is
say it.
Cricket?
Yeah,
Yeah,
No.
Cricket's definitely hateable.
Cricket's annoying.
He's annoying.
He's not hated. He's
He's annoying and self-serving. You know, that's like his
Yeah.
downfall. He's a little
Okay.
kid, so he
If
doesn't.
we
I
had a
think, yeah,
million,
you
if we had a
described
million
Dean
weekly
Weaver.
viewers, there would be a subreddit for Cricket hate. Now there would probably be a subreddit for Rock hate, which would have more people, but there would definitely be a subreddit for Cricket hate.
Mm.
Mm.
A much smaller subreddit.
Oh yes, very
Right.
small, but still existing. You need that contrast. I mean, they're brothers after all.
Well,
like,
yeah.
it's not like one would be perfect and one would be like evil. It's like they're both bad in different ways.
Right. Right. We're all flawed. Some a
Yeah,
little
we're all
more
flawed.
than others.
Especially Lydia, who's not here to defend herself.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk
And
about
Yannick.
Earthfall.
Like,
Oh
The
no,
most-
Yannick's perfect. No,
I
sorry.
know. I couldn't even. I was gonna try to come up with
No,
I
sorry.
know. I couldn't even. I was gonna try to come up with
Nothing
something
wrong.
to say, but I
Yeah,
can't.
you won't find anything.
Wrong with Yannick?
Mm-mm.
He won't tell me about what the deal is with the what's his face? The
The
forget what
Almighty?
word. The
Yeah.
Almighty. No one will give me a straight answer.
You won't share the scripture. That's
Right.
crazy.
It's like
That's
it's frustrating.
crazy.
Right,
So
but
that's his
also
flaw.
he
His
probably
flaw is
wants
not
to
being
make sure.
confident enough in himself to like tell me things. So
Mm.
He's not confident
confident.
enough in his faith.
That's
He
right.
probably knows that you're going to take whatever he says and blurt it somewhere, and then you'll end up in the hole.
So he doesn't want to share his faith, even if it costs him his life. That's
No,
a
Yeah.
your life. your
Your
life.
life, buddy.
Seth, are you watching right now? Are you going to respond to that in the chat?
Come on, Seth.
Oh,
And what is
Yeah.
my life worth if it's not with the Almighty, huh? You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
So
Rock loves Yannick. He gave him the alcohol to keep him warm down in the
Wow.
pit. He potentially
so that's
we don't
two
know.
flaws right there.
Potentially Rock saved his life. Potentially. We don't know.
You gave Yannick the alcohol that you said you drank in the last session?
Yeah.
You're expecting him to give it back to you? Hi,
No.
buddy!
I just I lowered it into the pit without showing my face in
Mm.
hopes that it would keep them warm. What's
Mhm.
going on?
So how did you get it
Like,
back?
whoa, people.
I didn't get it back.
You
I just
drank it in the last session.
I had more.
Mm.
And
A whole other
mustard
flask.
But you come on. You think I didn't get a little bit more? All right, it's time for bed.
Sure. Good night, buddy.
Good night.
See you later, buddy.
Look,
Bye,
Wes
Hatchie.
is waving bye.
Bye, Hatchie.
What was that face? What was that face?
I guess you couldn't hear the screams.
Nope. Couldn't hear the scream.
I was like, nothing. There was no scream.
No screams.
He just wanted to sit on my lap. He didn't want to leave.
Yeah. That happens.
Yeah. So what's your favorite Rock Medvedev moment, Devin?
What's the favorite thing about you? Your favorite thing?
I liked the first moment of combat where he saves the day.
Saves Cricket's life.
Yeah, it saves Cricket's life.
Mhm.
I mean, they could have sniped all of you for all we know. It's either the initial moment of me punching that guy, or the tattletale scene.
Mhm.
Probably the tattletale scene, just because it's like more meaningful. Got my foot in the door for my early promotion
Right.
that I hear is
right.
coming down the pipe
Any day now.
one day.
Any day now.
If you survive the next session.
I mean, if we're going by like the military, usually before you get set on your first assignment, you graduate from being a private and you're like a private first class. So we really should be skill first classes, but I digress. The Falstat military is different, okay?
I will comment nothing on this issue.
I will comment.
I was waiting for the strongest
Can
backlash
you
from
tell
Nate,
that
and I got
I'm
nothing.
aiming for a promotion? I'm frothing at the mouth for a promotion.
I couldn't
I
tell.
don't know if you can tell.
I couldn't tell.
I try to keep my cards close to my chest.
Just one man in control of his emotions at all times.
Yes,
Mm.
100%.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure.
Would anyone else like to answer our Rock Medvedev question?
Yeah, great fan question, guys. Keep them coming.
I think
Thanks, Stanky
every
Beard.
rock moment is great. because everyone else gets so worked up about it, and that's just the kind of thing I like. So
They get so angry every time I do something.
everyone
Every
gets
time
so
Rock does something.
frustrated. They're so
I
mad.
could save a baby from getting hit by a train, and I would get grief.
Yep.
That's
Rock
because
would get grief.
you didn't save the mom or something.
Yeah, it's because
Right.
I pulled the lever and killed 5 people.
Yes, that's the one. That is
I'm
the
saving the
one.
baby in that scenario. If there's one baby on the tracks and 5 people, I'm saving the baby.
But
That
But it
baby
might
is without
grow
sin.
up to cure cancer someday.
Exactly. That baby is without sin. Those 5 people can't say the same.
You probably move the baby to the other side of the tracks and then kill all 6.
Because
I was gonna say, he's
Falstat
probably the
told him
reason.
to.
That's right. Yep.
He's probably the reason that they're on the tracks to begin with.
Yeah. I tied the 5 people to the track.
They were saying how much they hated Falstat, and that was your mission.
Don't joke around. Let's not even joke about treason, okay?
Mhm.
I don't think it's funny to joke about treason.
Sure.
I will
I know.
leave.
It's the
Trees?
False after
Trees
life.
in what?
I said I
Trees
will
in the
leave.
forest?
Who said trees?
Treason.
Treason.
I'm not.
Trees in. Trees dropping on my face.
I have an Aunt
Chest.
Teresa.
Oh,
Is
Oh,
she
yeah?
a mother?
What?
Is she a mother?
She is.
Mother Teresa. Nice.
mm. Mm. Oh boy.
wait.
Hmm.
I thought I was gonna get a
Nope, not yet.
Good one.
Not yet. We'll save those.
My favorite.
Beautiful. Any other questions? Oh, should I answer the rock one?
Sure. You are the historian.
Ooh. See, I like from the standpoint of being able to mold a story that has
Move the soundboard.
some Matt's soundboards all over the screen right now. Covering up.
Don't need to be
That's-
seen. You're fine.
No. But the tension that the decisions that Rock does, like the tension it creates, helps honestly just be able to help write the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed. Honestly, I love it when you told Kislov about what you saw, because that's exactly what Rock should and would have done. And because of that, we had some great scenes that came out of that, some good storytelling and consequences, and hopefully both character growth for both Yannick and for Oliver in different ways. Whether that's good character growth or bad character growth. It's at least something. It's a catalyst that kind of sparks some stuff. So I think that was a good storytelling move. Yeah, I enjoy those moments quite a bit.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I've said in the past, it's very difficult to be a bad person when I have to be a bad person to an NPC because all of the NPCs are Nate.
Yeah.
And I don't like being mean to Nate, but he is often in the way between me and the person I need to be mean to.
Just because you are a bad guy.
Does not make you a bad guy.
You're a bad guy.
Thanks, Satan.
What?
It's the team.
Thanks, Satan.
I guess mine, since I'm the only one that didn't answer, is when he said, "I love you guys" in the last session. That was sweet.
I forgot about that.
Surprising and sweet.
I
Yeah.
mean, it was a moment of real emotion. You know, he was not conscious. He didn't know what he was saying.
Yeah.
So that was partly delirium, you would say?
Yeah, but I think it's like it was truth, but it was like his guard was let down. He didn't want to say it, but like it was what was on his mind in that moment, and he could not, like, his brain was not functioning it to the point where he could stop himself from saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Saying
What,
some
like-
things when you're
like
really tired.
Oh, I thought you meant like when you got your wisdom teeth out or something.
No. No. Okay. So I wanted to start a new segment on T7 called F5, which is
Bingo.
fun facts for fun friends, funky friends, fabulous friends. I think it'll be different every week. This week it's fun, funky friends, I think I called it. And wow, sorry, give me a second. I'm gonna mute myself so they don't hear this cough.
There, I gave sound for you.
There we go. Sorry, I couldn't find my mute button for a second. And this is why I don't actually stream the show on my computer. It would be a mess. Okay, so fun fact for you. This comes from I started playing Assassin's Creed Mirage this week, and I was very surprised when I'm picking pockets. It's my favorite thing to do so far in this game. When I picked someone's pocket and the item that I had gotten was bone dice, and it looked exactly like Morvid's bone dice.
Like your bone dice.
How about
And
that?
so I was like, I am a pickpocket.
That's
I did
great.
get these. No, I did not steal these. I bought them from Misty Mountain Gaming, and it was just in a random bowl, and they were like $6 or something, $3 each or something. So these dice, and I saw these on Assassin's Creed Mirage called bone dice, exactly like this, and I was like, what? Those are Morvid's dice. And so I looked it up, and the dice that are represented in Assassin's Creed Mirage are based off of dice that were excavated at, I'm going to butcher this, I'm so sorry, Nishapur, Iran in 1938, and has been on exhibition in both New York and the Smithsonian at the Met in New York, which is really cool. And the quote from the exhibition said, "This early example of dice shows the characteristic rounded edges found in many pre-modern cultures." I don't have a picture to show you of the dice, but they are actually like kind of like not sharp like this, more rounded on all the edges. In which the insistence on exact regularity and symmetry in making dice was not considered vital. Six-sided dice were often cuboid rather than truly cubic. So, that's your fun fact. Morvid's bone dice were probably modeled after the Nishapur dice that are featured in Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Very cool. Nice.
That's my fun facts for fun friends.
Have you played a lot of the Assassin's Creed games?
I started a few years ago with Black Flag.
That's a good one.
I have played the games since Black Flag that are in like not the like side games. So Origins, Odyssey. And Valhalla.
Right. I think I've played all of those, and I think I played like a little bit of the games that came before that, but I like the RPG style better anyway. But Odyssey, for me, is the best one.
Odyssey was pretty fun. I've heard don't like the newer games because they're very different from the original games. But I didn't play the original games,
Right.
so I appreciate the
Mirage is-
games a lot
Mirage
for
is
what
pretty
they are. At least the ones that I've played.
original.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Mirage.
Mirage
I
is
like
as
the
close as
the
they'll
mix of
probably get.
history and fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Ezio's story
So,
is my
do we
favorite.
want to
Oh.
do some show and tell?
Is she not hearing us? Are you hearing us, Shay?
Oh, did I?
Are you hearing
Wait,
us?
she heard me because I asked her about.
Yeah, you guys froze for a second, and now you're back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright.
I was so scared. I was like, I lost them.
No, I was saying that Ezio's story is my favorite. So 2, Brotherhood, and blanking on the last one. Help me out.
Revelations.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
They're my absolute favorite.
Yeah,
But-
that's the best storyline for sure.
I played
Yeah.
Matt and I played Assassin's Creed 2. Do you remember getting that, Matt?
Yeah, it was it was the multiplayer on actually I think it might have been Brotherhood.
Gonna say, wasn't Brotherhood the one that was multiplayer? It had like 4 people on the cover.
No, that was Unity.
I thought. Wait, Syndicate is the one I'm thinking of with 4 people on the cover.
No, Syndicate's 2 people. It's
Which
the
one
brother
has
and
4?
sister. Unity is the one that was supposed like the big like this is going to be the next gen Assassin's Creed because it came out on Xbox One and PS4, and it was super disappointing because it wasn't actually multiplayer and there were only like 4 missions you could do.
I see now.
But I think Revelation and Brotherhood both had a multiplayer mode that you like were different characters and you'd go around and assassinate people.
Assassinate people, yeah.
But you,
Very
Matt,
cool.
I'm thinking of when the time that I don't remember if I rented or bought Assassin's Creed 2, and you and I popped it in at my house.
Oh yeah, and we just
You remember
played
that?
through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
I was like, this is the best game in the world, man. So good.
Yeah, a few weeks ago or like a few months ago before I started Mirage, or before Mirage came out, I did start 2 because Jordan really wanted me to hear the storyline of Ezio. And I really wanted to play it, but unfortunately I get like motion sick with certain games.
Oh no.
And that was one that I think the frame rate, the animations was just a little bit too like jerky, and I got a little ill from it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm really sad. I want to play this one.
In the Ezio collection, did they you can get it now, right?
Yeah. It's
that
like
it would be at
remastered.
60 frames.
Yeah, I have the older version, so that makes sense.
See, that's when
Maybe
we were
I'll try
playing
it.
that back then. I wouldn't even have noticed.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That happens a lot to me. I really, I don't get motion sickness in like cars or on rides or anything. Just like the visual media on certain movies. I went to see Cloverfield in the movie theater when it first came out, and I was one of the people that had to leave the theater because I was like about to throw up in the movie theater.
That's crazy.
But there's games that I'll play that I'm like really upset that I can't continue playing or that I can only play in short spurts. And then even sometimes I'll play Fortnite and I'll be like, guys, I gotta take a break. Very, very rarely, but it happens.
I guess we're doing.
It's when she's cranking 90s so hard, guys. It's just a blur.
Yeah, right. I got good content, guys, for the stream. We're gonna put Shay in a VR headset.
Well,
yeah.
Just watch me throw up over who knows what because I can't see it.
Pull it up, Matt. Pull it up, Matt.
With a bark bag taped to her face.
There we go.
Lucky for
you.
you.
The Quest 3.
Just to find the most like jerky, slow animation game.
Yep, of course.
We'll run it off of my horribly slow laptop. So it's extra jerky.
Please.
I never like I don't have any sort of like motion sickness like that. I don't usually get headaches from like looking at screens, but when I had a Quest 2, it was pretty painful. Like
Oh no.
hurt my head a lot. So I sold it. I couldn't like play it for more than like 20 minutes without like feeling very dizzy and headaches.
Hmm. Has anyone played The Return of Obra Dinn?
I probably like 5 minutes. It is a very
Yeah.
cool concept.
Yeah, I really liked it, but I was
I
playing
just
it with
picture
Jordan.
Nate sitting down to play a video game, playing 5 minutes, and then just like a child coming crashing down the stairs.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the name of this game?
The Return of Obra Dinn. Obradinn. Two words.
Gotcha.
It's
Please
a fun
continue.
mystery game where you're essentially solving this cold case of this ship that it's look it up. I'm not gonna explain it right.
This is fun.
But whenever Jordan and I play it, I have to sit at the edge of the TV. I can't sit right in front of it. I have to sit like catty corner to the TV.
Yeah, I can see how this would
and
be.
look at it from the edge.
Yeah, this is very trippy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We should get Shay in Sea of Thieves and just make her stand on the front of the boat as it bobs. She'd be seasick in a game.
Oh no. Anyway, that's my sad existence in enjoying video games, but only to an extent.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Does anyone have any show and tell that they want to show our
I already
audience?
showed my boomerang.
Where'd you get your boomerang from?
I think my sister got it in Australia or something. I don't remember. That's from when I was a boy. I'm looking around on my desk to see if I can pull anything up.
For those of you who don't know, Devin is now a man.
Yes. I was a boy. Now I'm
I just
man.
got a big
I'm
book.
A big book?
A big book.
Let's see it.
Oh.
Oh, I've heard about Earthsea.
Yeah, it's a big book. It has all
Wow.
the Earthsea books in it, and it has cool art in it too.
Sick.
But yeah,
Picture
so, started reading them. I got through the first one, partially through the second one. So far, so good.
Man, I need a good book.
Miyazaki did a movie of the Earthsea. It wasn't. It was a good movie, but apparently it wasn't true to the books. But yeah, there's one of his movies, Tales of Earthsea. So I knew about them for a while because of that, but I never read them. So now I'm reading them.
That's cool.
There's one very funny review for this game that makes me want to play it, and it says, in quotes, "Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Me every 5 minutes." That's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Coming together.
It's good. It's good. I wish I didn't want to throw up while I play it.
If you like that game, if you like Return of the Obra Dinn, Shay, you would like The Outer Wilds.
Okay.
Which is why I think would be
beef The Outer Wilds. I played that game for like 12 hours, and then I think I deadlocked myself, and I just couldn't figure out what to do.
Uh-oh.
It was very fun for those 12 hours, and then I just like I got stuck. I won't say, but like I got stuck in the inevitable there. And it was just I felt helpless. And then I just never picked it up again.
That brings back definitely some video game PTSD for me. When I was a kid, I had Ocarina of Time, and I couldn't get out of the Lost Forest. I never could. And it made me so sad, because then my brother would play, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, you just do this," and I was like, "I don't know how to do that."
I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I still have I liked that you said video game PTSD before I said it because it makes me sound less lame. But like, my brothers would always play like Sly Cooper and Jack and Daxter, which are PlayStation 2 games that have boss fights.
They're legit.
And I would try to play those games by myself at like 8 years old and not like nowhere close be able to beat the bosses.
Oh.
And to this day,
They're here shortly.
That's why you won't play Elden Ring.
Yes, that is why I will not play Elden Ring, because any game that is heavily reliant on boss fights sounds like no fun to me. Like, I'll play God of War, but I will like save the boss fight for like the last possible moment. Like, I'll go do all the like the little fun things before I have to go fight the boss. But yeah, like, even though I could probably beat Elden Ring, just the stress of it all, it's very stressful for me to be in a boss fight. I do not like seeing the bar of health. I do not like it one bit. It scares me. It shouldn't, but it does.
This is why now I understand why you were so adamant against Final Fantasy 16. Like, when
No, I have no frame of reference for any Final Fantasy game except for the fact that they continue to remake them and release new ones simultaneously, and I have no idea what's going on.
I need to tell you guys, because no one said anything. No one replies to Nate's poor things he puts in Discord. No one ever says anything. In any case, Final Fantasy VI is, by many, many metrics, one of the best games that has ever been made. And that is not just Nate's opinion. That is many, many, many people's opinion.
I don't know.
A lot of Final Fantasy fans' opinions.
They're gonna say Baldur's Gate 3 is the best game to ever.
Right now, Google it. Best games of all time. Best games of all time.
Do you have to play the first 5?
Nope. They have nothing to do with each other.
I'm seeing an 8-bit game. Correct?
16-bit.
Okay.
It'd be a Super Nintendo.
I'm not seeing that on this list so far.
I'm not seeing it either.
Listen,
I think you're making it up.
I'm not trying to mock. Like, you're
Final
talking
Fantasy
about the story.
VI is on this list, but it's pretty far down.
You're saying like the story is the best story of all time?
Amazing. The villain is one of the best written villains in any media.
That's crazy, because I just wouldn't picture a well-written villain to be in a 16-bit video game.
And I'll tell you why. So if I can hijack things for a second here, I will tell you why that it is one of the biggest influences for TerraBand. A lot of the themes and all that kind of stuff. So Final Fantasy VI is all about loss. Everybody loses many, many things.
Is this loss?
Exactly.
Is this loss?
You got it. Whether that be family, friends, love, country, all of these things, people lose all of this stuff and they have to deal with it. And the villain is just nihilism. So to him, there's no point in anything. He does not see like what none of this stuff matters. Nothing matters. So I am just gonna take it over and destroy everything because nothing matters. It's not that he's like, I mean, yeah, he's crazy, but it's you see all these nihilism parts. Halfway through the game, he succeeds. He blows up the world, and then you play.
Spoiler.
You play in a game, and full half of the game where the world is destroyed, and you have to like the characters, party members, which there's like 13, 14 playable characters, have to come to grips with this world.
How can one play Final Fantasy VI right now?
So you can do, you can do the remaster on Steam.
He's actually a salesman this entire time.
You got it. I get every cut of that is mine.
Wow.
I would love to get
But we can't make $50 on our stream.
You can use my code, Nate.
I would love to get into Final Fantasy and like them. Now, I want to point out, IGN has top 100 games of all time. Any guess where Final Fantasy VI sits?
That's a good question. I don't know.
In the 80s?
44, and there's one Final Fantasy that's ahead of it, and that would be
7?
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. That's the most like it's a MMO and people love that game.
Yeah, no other MMORPG. So, sorry, not to make this the Final Fantasy podcast, but are they long games?
Yes. So 6 would probably take you. He's blowing kisses.
Yeah.
To Shay.
It's just crazy to me that there's like 30 Final Fantasy games and that they are all considered long.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good night. I love you.
One final kiss. Mwah!
Oh, that boy. But even so Deb, what I was saying was it would probably take you, I'd say probably 40 hours for 6. Something like that.
40 hours for a 16-bit game?
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing like Link to the Past, which is my
Right.
favorite Super Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes like 4 hours.
And I would say that's probably completion to finish everything because there's lots of side stuff to do.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what in my brain. You have to understand where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm thinking of Super Nintendo, I'm thinking of Link to the Past.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking like maybe 8 hours for full completion.
Yep.
But this is clearly on a whole nother level.
Yep.
And that's why it's the best game of all time.
Not because of the length, but it's still a good game.
Yeah, length has nothing to do with it. It's how you play it.
Okay, I'm looking here. They're not displaying it very well. They're trying to do 3D. What's this? It's like a 3D plane in the 2D world where
that's the Super Nintendo the FX chip. So if you've ever played like Star Fox or whatever, that uses that in there, so to give the effect of 3D in a 2D plane.
Right.
I have a very important question.
Okay.
You made me think about this, saying 3D. What was the first movie you saw in 3D
Shark
in a
Boy and
movie
Lava
theater?
Girl. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Wait, how old are you?
25.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
mine was Spy Kids 3D.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't catch that one in the theaters, but I've seen that movie a good 20 times.
I think because that specifically 3D, I didn't really go.
I remember watching Avatar in real 3D or whatever, but
yeah,
I don't know if I watched anything before that.
Is that
June 10th, 2005 was
that was not a
trend.
That was not a trend until I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Oh, Spy Kids 3D was 2003. Yeah, I would have been 6. That's too little.
Mm-hmm. There was the era with the the blue and red 3D glasses, and then they kind of I don't know, matured into that real 3D. Like everything was tinted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Here's how I feel.
made me sick.
Yeah, fair.
I think
3D
Avatar
movies.
did it first. Like Avatar.
I remember Spy Kids had 4D, right? They had like a scratch and sniff card.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
I feel like Avatar did 3D the best first, and then what movie executives took from the success of Avatar was that it was in 3D and not that it was just a good movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then they were like, all right, we're just going to pump out some.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which there are similar trickle down effects happening now for other things like the MCU, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking the wrong thing that they should be taking, and that.
Yeah, you have me baffled because I don't know. I can't remember that.
Wow.
Well, okay. The other thing is I have not gone to the movie theater like a lot. like in comparison to like I don't see a lot of films right away. Even when I was younger, it just wasn't something that I did.
Mm.
I remember when I was like 13, I saw my second ever movie in the movie theater.
Mm.
So like I saw Toy Story when I was real little, and then I saw Spider-Man 2 like later on in life with Tobey
Wow.
Maguire.
Where he belongs to the words of. Sorry, the soundtrack's in my head. Thanks for bringing it up.
Wes, every time I hear about your life, it makes me so sad.
Why?
It was not not that it was bad, but I was like, I grew up going to the movie theater all the time, and that's like a big part of my childhood. And I'm like, wow, Wes, I'm
Well,
sorry.
it also had something to do with. Well, I mean, like, yeah, we just didn't. I mean, we went to Blockbuster a lot. I watched a lot of movies. Just
Mhm.
didn't go to the movie theater. Movie theater was expensive,
That's
Mhm.
and
true.
my dad was poor.
Yeah.
And then later on in life, the closest movie theater was like 45 minutes away. So it's like we just lived really far away from one. So
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
We went to let's see, because Toy Story. I saw. I think no. Did we see Toy Story in the theater? I don't remember. If we didn't see it in the theater, we had the VHS like immediately. But I saw Phantom Menace in theaters. And then I don't think I didn't see a movie in theaters again until it was a double feature that friends of ours took us to a drive-in. And
Was this the first movie you saw in theaters, you're saying?
Either Phantom Menace or Toy Story was the first one I saw in theaters.
I think I saw Tarzan in the theaters, but it was like a it wasn't when it came out. It was a
when it
re-release.
came out. But it was a double feature of Lilo and Stitch, followed by Attack of the Clones.
It's a weird combination.
That is
real weird
an odd
combination.
combo.
So, yeah.
That's strange.
And it was
Matt, I'm
raining.
gonna need you to pull
we're
up
both aliens.
That's right.
the picture that I sent in the in like the T7 voice channel chat
Oh no.
with the quote of "greatest game of all time" by Nate.
You are welcome.
Listen, this is a Steam.
Oh,
This is
man.
one of the pictures Steam is advertising the game with. Okay.
Man. Looks like fun.
Beautiful
Yeah.
spray.
It looks like a blast. I'm spending $18 on it right now.
Are you serious?
It's $18. I am serious. Wait, let me see what it is on my other website.
Yeah, wait for a sale, dude. If you don't know if you're gonna like it, don't buy it at 18.
Just make sure you play it for under 2 hours.
Well,
Refund
apparently under
go.
2 hours is like the intro. Oh, I could get it for $7 on a website.
Oh, website.
No
A
wink.
website.
It's completely legal. It's like Honey, like where they just search the web for all the deals and then they just consolidate and give it to you.
Another ad.
I didn't
Surprised
say
you're
the
not getting paid
website's
more.
name. I didn't
You
say
said
the
honey.
website's
You said
name.
honey. You're
No, I
advertising.
said, I said it's like honey though. Oh, it's out of stock. Never mind. I wonder what what does a bundle with all Final Fantasy games cost?
Oof.
I don't even think that exists.
Well, I know that the Pixel remasters, which are 1 through 6, digital, are like $70.
Yeah, I was looking at that and the reviews were bad. But that could have just been like the way that they reported, obviously.
Well, Final Fantasy 2 is not a good game.
Got him.
Yeah,
Got him.
served.
Yeah, $70 for that. So what? They go to 3D at 7,
Yes. Oh,
and that's why there was a big deal about them doing Final Fantasy 7 remastered, and it was like
Right.
2 games or something. It's like 2 games.
It'll be 3
And
games.
they changed it, right? Like they added a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Show and tell time.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you guys have
So
seen
that's
this.
what we were
Are
talking
you
about.
are you trying to show us your feet right now?
Yeah.
It looks like you're okay.
So this is it's backwards, but obviously
I
it's
see it.
supposed to
I
look
see it.
like Dungeons and Dragons, but
Yeah.
It's not
summon-
backwards for us.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
not
no.
it's
great.
backwards for you, not us.
Okay, good. And that is art from Final Fantasy VII.
That's cute.
So
Cute.
Cute.
and oh wait, I'll finish it up. This random book that I found of what happens after Final Fantasy VII in book form.
Oh.
Wow.
So
Bonus content.
bonus content.
I just can't get over that Nate said with his full chest that Final Fantasy VI is the best game of all time. And then the first picture I saw was just not looking like the best game of all time.
Complete garbage.
I didn't say complete garbage. I would never say that.
What was the American race in your Oregon
Edivarian.
Skull?
Edivarians.
How do you spell that?
Edivarian. Yeah.
E.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go for it. You're the
EDIVARIANS.
historian.
EDIVARIN.
INS.
And what was it? You keep clipping off at the last
I'm
bit.
sorry. NS. Is that what you're wondering? EDIVARIANS.
VIANS. Okay, that's the part I couldn't. Variance.
Did I
Okay.
say that right in my brain? Edivarians. It's phonetically.
There's an R in there between the A and the I.
Got it. I'm starting. I gotta make some memes. I've been forgetting to make memes.
Yes.
Sick, dude.
Memes. My show and tell comes with some context, and I'm feeling like maybe I shouldn't show it the more that I think about it.
Have to.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm
What
scared
are you
that I'm
hyping up right now?
so I can't remember how old I was, but I was a nanny at one point for two young girls.
Mhm.
One was 7 and one was 14, so a bit of an age difference, but it was like 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, because mom and dad was overseas and mom worked like an hour and a half away and worked these long hours. And while dad was overseas, I had to watch them because normally he'd like work from home, but he was on a confidential trip that I was not allowed to know where he was. But he brought me something back, and this is the scary part, because someone could identify where it's from and then be like, oh, we were there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But it's this, and it's made of wood, and it's like you can see that it lays flat, but then it folds up
Whoa.
into a bowl. Isn't that amazing?
Cool. That is
And then
really
you can
cool.
like drop it again.
Yeah. The chat's saying that that's from Mongolia, and clearly this guy was CIA and on a covert mission, and the SWAT's on.
Well, all I know
Yeah.
is that he was a scientist, so
Mm-hmm. That's what they told you.
a
Yep.
chemist? A chemist? Mhm.
A
And
chemist.
like,
That's
I
the
don't
limit of
want
my
to-
information.
I don't want to like devalue the like gift, but they do make those and they sell them at the mall. So
That makes sense. That
I
makes
think
sense.
the confidentiality is still there. 'Cause
Good.
I
In
bought one of those.
Mongolia.
I
Only
bought
Maybe
one of
he-
those for my mother-in-law.
Maybe the whole thing was a lie.
Maybe.
Who knows?
All to get you a bowl.
A bowl that just sits on my shelf with
Mhm.
nothing in it. Anyway, that's my show and tell.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't have a show and tell. I'm sorry, guys.
Your beautiful shelf that you showed us earlier. Ooh, a bandana.
This is my bandana that I wear around.
I guess I'll send these to Emily since she runs the page, right?
Yeah, she runs the page. Actually, here I've got my show and tell. Hold on.
Of running the page, I was asked by, the other co-runner of the Instagram to make a post, and I forgot about it. So I apologize.
It's okay.
This is my show and tell.
Little puppy dog.
Actually, I'm just gonna go get one.
Yep,
Live puppies.
Yep, puppers.
Our viewership just shot up. Live puppies. Live
Live.
puppies.
Guys, it's gonna be weird when Devin says to everybody, guys, I'm 80 hours into Final Fantasy VI. I've replayed it 7 times.
Good luck with
That's
that.
like Devin's job is to hassle everybody, though.
Mhm.
So it would be weird if he didn't hassle you for that.
It's okay. Matt doesn't understand. Matt's been one of my best buddies for all of our life, and he doesn't understand my video game choices. So
I didn't say there was anything wrong with Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah. Is that Athena?
It is a FEMA.
I got it right.
Well, she's the only brown one, so
Potato.
she is a potato. She's got blue eyes.
Oh, precious baby.
do they make
Yeah, she
little
looks
puppy
like-
noises right now?
Kind of looks like Jabba the Hutt
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
when
I
she
can see it.
slouches. She's cute though.
He is so cute. Oh, oh my god.
She's a cutie. That's my show and tell. Got 7 of these
That was-
buggers.
That was cute.
They're pretty cute.
I'm
She's
getting,
making noise. I don't know if you can hear it.
I'm getting text from Wes.
Matt, Emily, do you guys have show and tell? Anything exciting this week?
I have a couple of show and
What do
tells
you mean?
actually. Well, one actual show and tell, one maybe sneak peek
Oh
thing. If I can,
my gosh.
figure out what I was doing with my life over here.
Can you pass me the puppy through the screen?
Yeah, here you go.
Oh well, Shay's getting a puppy. I'd like to hold a
What
puppy
would be
as well.
nuts?
Listen, we should have a
If I grabbed a puppy
and
over
then
the
just
screen.
suddenly there's a puppy in your hands.
we should have some sort
Dana,
of
get
get
over
together, and we can host, and you guys can come hold puppies.
Just puppy
Yes.
time.
Do
Yeah.
not tempt me with a good
Yeah.
time.
Do not
You
tempt me with a good time.
can't do that unless my family is invited because
Everybody's invited.
they would be very upset with me. So,
That'd be hilarious if you just send them a picture while holding puppies.
well, I can't. I went to Disney World without my kids
That's
years ago. So,
a very Nate thing to do.
mhm.
Not intentionally, but it had just it just happened. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
no, it did sort of. We were in Florida visiting my youth pastor, and then they were going to. They had tickets to Disney World from other people, and we said, "You guys should go, and we'll come with you." So that's how it
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Lovely. I see you. I see you excitedly waiting to show us.
I'm not just necessarily waiting because I got to figure out how to unmute Matt's mic because I have to go over there for the camera while muting my mic.
I think you just have to click the unmute, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's from Breath of the Wild.
That's cool.
That's a Sheikah.
Now they can hear
Sheikah
you.
slate.
No, they can still hear me.
No, they can hear you. The stream can't.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, good to know. But then inside are nice, green cut
Nice.
gemstone dice.
Those are cool.
Wow.
Link!
Look at that.
Link. It's dangerous to go alone.
Uncut
Link.
gems.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
dangerous to go alone.
Yes. Was my name said?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
We like your dice.
You like my dice?
Yeah,
No.
and your box.
I have.
You want to go back to mommy?
I have an actual tray as well, but I can't find that. Let's see. Matt says he's finding his thing. That's not gonna turn.
Oh,
But
the anticipation.
so I've had Yannick's stuff like kind of done, but then I was like reworking it. And then I had like the worst case of like artist block ever. So I was like, maybe I just need to like work on somebody else's character. And she's not here to see it, but like this is kind of what I have.
Mm.
Yes.
That's
Precious.
dude.
I'm very excited for Emily's artwork because it'll mean that we could finally get like a group photo.
Yeah, for
Maybe.
sure.
Oh man.
That's sick.
That is great.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't a group photo just be as easy enough as drawing all of our characters individually and then just magic? Boop, moving them in together.
Yeah, pretty much. That would probably be the what I'd do. But yeah, and I know we have some things just kind of like in the waiting that I'm like, oh, if only I had all of the time in the world.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know if Matt has his thing yet, but that's kind of what I have.
I'm glad you showed us that. That's awesome. That makes me excited.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I've been working on.
I mean,
if you have seen me in the corner of Matt's video, that's what I've been doing this entire stream, and I redrew her eyes probably 16 times. So
Mhm.
because
Mhm. Eyes are hard.
eyes and hands are the worst.
Ah, so hard.
I'm trying to think.
Give her, give her,
Tell that
give
to
her
Guillermo
mittens.
del Toro.
Might have Onyx.
Give her mittens and sunglasses.
Yeah.
Right. When I was younger, everybody had hands like behind their back.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Let's see.
Or hey, Lydia broke an arm, but we're not sure if she's gonna save it. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know,
might make your job half as easy.
I can throw another avalanche.
No,
If-
A
please.
third avalanche. That's just
Do you
bad,
see
right?
the memes I've been sending you, Nate?
Yes.
I want to see the memes.
I also want to see the memes.
Send the memes in the Discord
It's fine.
now.
It's
I don't
Okay.
mean
Okay, while
Beautiful.
we are sending memes. Wait, Matt, did you get your thing?
I did. get
Yes. I'm so excited.
So, as a child of the 90s, and it's one of my guiltiest pleasures to this day, but every season that comes on Netflix, and it's for kids at this point, like, it's still for kids, but Power Rangers. I love Power Rangers. So I will still watch the new stuff. It's so corny and bad, but I still watch it. And like a couple years ago, GameStop was like trying to clear out stock of stuff, and they had all the like legacy stuff on sale. So I have the Morpher.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And it's like
Ooh.
the good one, so it's like metal and does all the sounds and everything.
Ooh.
And then like you turn it on, it does the and
That's so
then
exciting.
they did not have the dagger, the Green Ranger's dagger, so I was really sad. But they did have Saba, the White Ranger's sword.
Mhm.
The batteries are dead in this because it's been in the garage. But like they're like the top of this is solid metal, so it's super heavy.
Wow.
This is
Whoa.
just plastic. But, they're super
Matt's
cool.
slowly cutting himself as he's.
Yep. Oh, my favorite.
What did you think of the Power Rangers movie that came?
I didn't enjoy it. It
Hmm.
was interesting,
Hmm.
but I didn't enjoy it. I
That's
did
the
like
only piece of Power Rangers media that I have seen,
really.
and it was that movie.
I actually
I thought it was good.
it was fun. I enjoyed watching it.
Actually, I lied. I think I watched some of the dinosaur episodes of when the Power Rangers were also dinosaurs or something. Like the
Yeah.
dino.
What was that?
Forget what it was called.
It's not ringing a bell for Matt, which makes me think that maybe
Yeah, that makes me think I
Matt
maybe
is
made it up.
crazy.
Hold on.
Like, is this a
Mandela effect?
Mandela effect happening right now?
He's Googling Power Rangers dinosaurs.
It's not Dino
I'm
Charge.
gonna put the
Maybe
same
it was.
picture up from Final Fantasy VI.
Time the Power Rangers were dinosaurs.
Listen, keep going. I'll tune back in when I find
by
it.
the
I'm
way,
looking for it.
I'm just saying, no other game that I know of where you can suplex a ghost train. That's all. I just wanted to put that also out there.
Suplex a ghost.
That
train.
happens in Final Fantasy VI. So,
Oh my goodness.
Am I spelling Yannick's name right, or is it with a J?
It's with a
It
J.
is with a J.
Oh boy.
I might just be thinking of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Mm.
but there's also one called Dino Force, but that doesn't ring a bell.
well, Mighty Morphin is the first one.
Yeah.
This one was like on TV on
Billy,
Saturdays.
Jim, I'm trying to remember their names.
All of them were on TV on Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about like it wouldn't have been the first series.
Okay.
Tommy. Who am I? Who was
Jungle
all-
Fury it may be the one that I'm thinking of.
It's Jason.
Jason.
red.
How did
Zach was the black, Billy was the
Mhm.
blue, and then
Wait,
Jeannie-
across all series, every red is Jason.
No. Just
Okay,
the
I was gonna
original.
say. I was gonna say because I know they would like recast, so I was confused.
Yeah. No, just the original.
Tommy had a pretty sick 90s ponytail.
I'm really sad. So on that, like that the actor that played him died a couple years ago.
Yep.
And when we went to Comic-Con, he was there. But I don't know if any of you have ever looked into that kind of stuff, but it's very expensive for one of them to even sign something.
Mhm.
And I'm really sad that at the time we weren't in a point where it was like we couldn't swing to like go meet people. But he was there, and like it would have been super cool. I probably would have taken this and probably gotten it signed, but unfortunately we couldn't at the time. So
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing your
Um,
show and tell, your items, everybody. Good selection. Good selection this week.
What all Wes's show and tells are just like in the room that we shoot in. So
True. It's 8:46. We are running out of time. I'm going to ask one more question to end the session. End session. This is not a session. What am I saying?
And the
Does
cat.
anyone? Does anyone have any personal goals? So it's New Year. It's 2024. Devin says it's a filler year. But does anyone have any personal goals you would like to share with everyone for 2024? Like New Year's
yeah,
resolutions or something?
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't call it resolution, because you just do things. You just
Yeah.
I don't need a date to, but it does help with when you're doing something based on the calendar. So January 1st, we started at the Garland household. 6 o'clock in the morning, we read we're doing a chronological read of the Bible
Mm.
in a year. So not doing like big studies, nothing like that. Just everyone in the living room, and we read through and kind of talk about maybe a few things. Especially trying to like explain to the girls what's happening in based with context and culture. So and because it's chronological, we just started in Job today. We'll be in Job for 12 days. Which
Long
Job
12 days.
Yeah. Job's a it's good. It's just a lot to try to explain
Mm-hmm.
to 8-year-olds.
Especially to start out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
So
That's really cool. That's neat.
hopefully we're gonna continue that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any particular New Year's resolutions. I mean, we bought a house in September, so just chipping away at projects. That's my resolution.
they take time.
Good. I have been struck. I've always kind of wanted to do this, but I have been struck with the inspiration to pick a language and actually start learning it. I really like linguistics, and I think even though I took Spanish in high school, I'm not like fluent or anything, but I really like the idea of it. So I might pick a language just for fun to learn it and hopefully stick with it.
Like Duolingo or
I did Rosetta Stone in high school, and I did like the program, so I might stick with that.
You got a language picked out?
There's so many that I want to learn.
do like a dead language. Like
Well, because because I'm playing Mirage right now, I'm like on a fixation of Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think Arabic is an absolutely beautiful language, and I always have, and I've always wanted to read a lot of Arabic poetry because it is supposedly some of the most beautiful poetry in the world. So that French would be fun if I want to, struggle a lot. I want to play pickle. Pickleball is becoming such a popular thing these days. Yes.
Mel took Arabic classes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Where? Is that like
Yeah, there she's jumping in on the chat.
the Lady Goldfish? Was it in high school or college or independent?
I'll let her answer. It's her story. The boy's back.
The boy's back. Wow.
he's got a
That is
show and
really
tell here.
cool. She said she learned Arabic from a Jordan refugee. Can you still speak it? Are you fluent, or is it like touch and go?
We'll see how well she answers when she's putting a baby to bed.
That's
I don't
true.
know if she is or not, honestly.
High school.
Okay.
Yep.
But not at school. Yeah. Makes sense.
What's Hatchet brought for show and tell?
You want to show them your radio? Here, hold it up. You got a radio for Christmas that plays bedtime stories and music.
Nice. That is really cool.
Cool
He's just
radio.
looking.
Very
He's
cool.
just looking at himself in the computer.
Very cool, dude.
Nice.
Awesome.
Lady Goldfish said she knows a few phrases, but not really fluent. That is okay. Maybe if I pick Arabic, I will come check my pronunciation with you. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I know, like, it's really important to, like, the best way to learn a language is conversational, but I know that that probably won't happen here with Arabic.
I want to all point out to everybody that Matt just about knocked himself out with a mic. So I don't know if you saw that, but
It's on the internet forever now.
Yep. Cemented.
Last week at church, you guys weren't there. I was trying to. My tablet was dying with my chord sheets, and I was the only one doing music.
Oh, no.
The only one doing music last week, and so we're like on the last song, and the battery thing comes up. So Josh was sitting next to me because even my family was homesick, so it was just me. But our friend Josh was out there, so he was next to where I was sitting, where my bag was. So during the set, I just say, "Hey Josh, before this next song, can you get me my charger?" So he rummages, find out that I actually had the charger. It was on stage already. I tried to plug it in. When I tried to plug it in, and knocked over a mic, and the mic hit me.
Oh,
Oh,
and Nate, the mic weighed as much as Nate, so he went flying.
Oh.
It's a skinny joke. Like, it's okay. He's a skinny queen.
Mm. Mm. Hmm.
But yeah, these things happen essentially.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
That's rough, buddy.
it's not
It's
the
rough
that's
too
rough,
because
buddy.
like I know like time just froze like while that's happening, and it's like
yeah.
this is going on right now.
I've done it. I've been on that stage for 8 years.
Yeah, I guess you're comfortable.
It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the newsletter, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The heartbeat.
That's right.
The heartbeat.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Cute.
I'll make sure Jane puts it in.
Yep. Perfect.
Church newsletter bloopers.
Mm-hmm.
Any other personal goals? Are we done for the night?
I don't have like any resolutions per se, but there's things that I want to do this year, like read more.
Mm.
There's a lot of books that I haven't read that I want to read. I guess the classic one is to get in better shape, but that's not a New Year's resolution. It's just something I want to do.
All the
Yeah,
time.
that's not my New Year's resolution. That's my continual resolution.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Rolls over every day.
Yep.
One of my
Oh, I'm sorry.
costumes. Yeah, one of my costumes this year is like this little sheer number where I'm totally exposed in front of thousands of people every day. So, I mean, not the best, honestly.
Gotta stay slim.
Yeah.
Wes,
Hold on.
do you? I found this has helped me with stuff. So I have been going for about 2 months now. I
Haven't
work-
eaten.
Yeah, exactly. I work out every day, by just using this app. So I do like a full body workout and then a lower body workout, and you don't need a lot of stuff. And it, like, I feel better, and the energy and all that kind of stuff, and like definition and all that sort of thing. So I find it's easier to continue with that stuff if you don't have to, like, it takes me a half an hour each day. That's
Yeah.
my issue, is time. I can't go to the
Do
gym.
I once again use your code during checkout?
You got it.
For the third out of the night, what is
Yeah.
the app called?
Boy, I don't even know, because it's one of those like real like random ones, you know? I have to find it. Yeah, it's literally just called home workout.
Hmm.
Whether
Nice.
that's not the actual like name of it or whatever, It's just called home
Use
workout.
Nate
That's
Bod and
That's right.
when during checkup.
You got it.
Nate Bod.
But that's always been easier because I like tried to do like P90X and things. It's time.
Yeah.
You don't have motivation because, or you're like, well, I can't do it tonight because I don't have enough time to do that. So this has been way more helpful for me, at least.
Nice. Wes, what can you name one book that you are looking forward to reading this year? Your Earth and Fire or Earth and Sea book.
There's one right answer here. There's one right answer.
The Bible?
Yeah.
I actually have never read Lord of the Rings, so I'm excited to read those.
Mhm.
And I've actually never read Narnia either, so I'm also going to read those this year. Just a lot of books that like I should
Me
have read
too.
by now, but
Mhm.
I never have. So, like I've read a lot of fantasy books, just never those ones, you know. So,
All right. Well, just to let you know, The Magician's Nephew is insane. Like you're like
I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to find
Yeah,
like a
it's
good
good.
like a good set of them to pick up.
We
But
have
it's either
them
you're
all in
gonna
one
pay
book.
Yep.
yeah, you're either gonna pay $50 or $300. It depends on how nice you want it to
Yeah.
be.
I have to.
Or 50 cents at a yard sale. That's how I got my set.
So
There
currently,
you go.
currently,
You can
wait,
borrow our big book until you find a set that you like.
or mine.
I want to get like the retro set because I remember seeing them
Oh, boy.
all the time. The set from the 70s.
Oh yeah,
Where
sure.
yeah, that's the
So
set
like,
that I think.
I've had this set for since I was a kid. Currently the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is in the girls' room, but like,
Oh, that's it. I know Seth has the really nice set of them.
I never got to
He-
the last.
He has like the real bougie sets of both Lord of the Rings and the Chronicles of Narnia.
Prince Caspian and the Voyage of the Dawn Treader are the best, in my opinion.
Ooh, hot take.
I liked the move. I liked the Voyage of the Dawn Treader movie.
Ooh,
That
the
one was
worst.
my favorite movie.
Are we talking BBC?
I don't remember.
Like,
I
are
don't
we
remember
talking
the
like
version.
80s
We're talking the
BBC?
one.
No. No, it was the 80s BBC one.
You're talking about
Because I
that?
watched
thought-
it in church. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like the films that came out, like the blockbuster.
No, not the recent ones.
Oh my goodness, the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. That one was awful. The
That's what
new
I was
one.
saying. I was like, no, those movies
It
were
was
bad.
No man, the old one, Reaper Cheap, is like this puppet, and it's great, and I love it.
Yeah,
It's
brain fart. Never mind. Don't remember what I was about to say.
As far as the books go, I think I didn't read the last two, but like Far and Beyond, it's Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Like that book is from cover to cover great.
I mean,
and
it's
obviously
phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
Yeah, I do like Magician's Nephew to me. I like it after. Like I like the Magician's Nephew after Lion, Witch,
Read the
and Wardrobe.
prequel after you.
Yeah,
Got
and that makes, I think Magician's Nephew is like, it's close to being the best to me anyway. I just like it a lot.
I will say the one. So my brother really likes The Horse and His Boy, and I cannot get into that one. I've read it multiple times, and it's just not my cup of tea. I've tried. It's fine. It's fine. Really is where it comes down to. But
yeah. Cool. Matt, Emily, any resolutions or goals?
I'm still on. I mean, I feel like it's been said already, but like I feel like every year I try to be intentional about like not wasting time, like using my time for other things rather than just like either selfishness or I don't know, laziness. So like that's always something. It usually doesn't last long, but it is something that I always think about every year. And then like I mean, same thing. I like to read more. I used to be such a huge reader in high school, and now I'll pick up a book and I'll read 2 pages of it, and I'm like, I can't do this. Which is really sad to me. But like, yeah, I'd like to spend more time doing the things that I really like drawing and like music, and like I feel like I have a lot of hobbies. And like someone in our church said it not too long ago. They're like, "Well, what can't you do, Emily?" Because I do a lot of things in our church and I love doing it. And I was like, "Well, one, I appreciate that." And then I realized that like, yes, I do a lot of stuff, but I don't feel like I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not great at like anything. Because I like to I'm a sponge of like, oh yeah, I'll try that, and if it's great, if it works out, then it's great. But I'd really like to like master some of the things that I like really enjoy, rather than just being a jack of all trades and a master of none. So
Yeah.
Listen, you're skipping the second part of that saying. It's a jack of all trades and a master of none, but still better than a master of one.
You're right. You're right.
So
I don't think I'd want a jack of all trades to do my lung surgery.
right,
Exactly.
but
Although, side
what-
note,
Sarah,
I'm
are
on,
you
like, my
watching?
fourth-
Make a logic check for me.
Me?
No, Sarah.
Sarah. Yeah.
But no, I'm like little side note. I'm on my like 4th rewatch of Grey's Anatomy, so I could do some surgery.
I
probably.
believe it. I believe it.
You know, I'm not sure that counts as medical school.
It doesn't. Obviously, I'd be thrown in jail.
Clearly, you haven't watched the series, Nate.
Maybe if you,
I mean, yes,
I don't know, like if did they take it as credit hours for college?
maybe. I'll ask. I'll ask when I join medical
There you
school.
go. Perfect.
So that's it. That's what I have. That's my hot take.
Good.
Another thing I want to do this year is be a better friend to people. I feel like I'm liked by a lot of people, but it's weird this year. I've realized like I don't have like many close friends. You know what I mean? So and the friends that I have, I love, but I don't know. I was like trying to think through like it was like almost maybe this isn't healthy, but it was like one of those moments where it's like, what's wrong with me? You know, this year. Maybe it's social media. I don't know. Just like looking at people's social media and seeing everybody else like with their friends and stuff, and I was like, I guess maybe I'm just not on social media. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to be a better friend to people this year.
Mm-hmm.
You have a goal? You have a plan in mind for that? I'm just curious.
Well,
Like,
I have
boots
a
on the ground sort of situation.
12-step plan now.
I have. I don't know if it's issue. Like I do have an issue with like keeping eye contact with people while I'm talking to them. So like just being more intentional about like letting people know that I'm actually engaged with what they're saying, because my eyes always. I don't know if it's an ADD thing or something, but like I'm always like picking at something or like drawn to something else that's going on. So trying to be like more present in the moment. I say, even as I'm saying this now, I'm playing with something over here, you know, and looking at it. So that's something I struggle with. And yeah, I guess just like being more intentional about like remembering things too, because I can't remember things, and I think that's important, is like remembering things that people have told you and asking about them later on, and you know, like just caring about people more instead of just, I don't know, forgetting things all the time. But that's just my brain. I'm not very good at that in general, but I'd like to be better at it. So
I think a big part of maturing, even with like friends, that yes, it is hard. Mel's right that it is hard to maintain friends as you get older, but like knowing not putting your expectations of what a friendship looks like on someone else. So Wes, you're saying like I'm not very good at asking the questions or remembering things and asking about it later. If you're, truly friends with someone, yes, there's an intentionality to it, but it's also, I know that that's not something you're good at, but I know that you're so good at so many other things, and that's why I love you. Like not having these expectations for people that aren't necessarily good. Or
Right.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
can I jump in there a little bit, Wes?
Mhm.
When we took that, which no, Matt, you weren't there that small group night. But I ran that personality lingo test with our small group guys.
Yeah, I thought I still had the paper. I don't see it though.
And what it really does is help you understand. Oh,
I'm leaving. I have to go. My iPad's about to die, and he needs to go to bed.
all right,
Bye,
dude.
guys.
Okay. Good
Bye.
night.
So yeah.
Find his paper. But there's ways that we like how your certain personality, your needs, what makes you fulfilled during a day,
I can't find it.
and like the traits that kind of make up your personality type, essentially. And that personality lingo thing is kind of a breakdown, saying, "Hey, you are this, but you're an amalgamation of many other things.
Mhm.
Just some things come out more or whatever."
Mhm.
And that can be helpful. What you're saying, Shay, is not always like, Wes, I hear what you're saying, that you would like to hear people more and remember and all that kind of stuff, but you and I have been friends for a number of years, and I've never thought that or had any issue with that, because you have a different part to the friendship.
Mm.
You encourage me even if you don't know if something's going wrong. And you were one of the only guys that you kind of I don't know if you knew this, but you kind of did a pretty big catalyst with a lot of our friend group of really being able to say, "Hey, I love you." We all knew it, we all understood it, but that's what you brought to the table, and that's become more of a comfortable thing to say. And I'm not sure why, like, I would have not have like done that before, but you put that into my vernacular, essentially. So
That's nice.
yeah.
Yeah, Wes and I caught each other in the hallway the other day at work, and he walked away and he said, "Love ya," and I was like it like shocked me, and I was like, "Oh, love you too, Wes." Like it was great. It made me so happy.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Because like a lot of the times I'll walk away from like conversations and like kind of beat myself over like not being able, like, because like I can feel myself looking around and stuff. But yeah, so I don't know, maybe just for my own sake I need to work on those things then. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's always fine if you want to improve in some areas, but remembering that,
Your biggest critic is yourself.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
100%. For sure.
Yeah, and I need to not pay attention to social media too. Social media is a killer, man.
Oh, for
Poison.
Sure.
Yeah.
It is
For
poison.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing I want to do is get off my phone this year. Everything about it, just other than like texting and calling, I wish that it wasn't there, and I miss the days that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because now I can't help but look at my dumb phone.
Yeah, for sure. Mel's saying about internalizing, analyzing your reactions. If I remember correctly, Wes, high up on your list for those 4 styles was thinker.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I don't necessarily love the Enneagram, but I'm like a 4-wing 5 on that, and it was helpful for what it is. But then a lot of people are saying like the Enneagram is like demonic now and stuff. So like I don't know if I want to stay affiliated with it. But it was like emotional and watcher is another thing. I watch things. Like and that was very accurate. Like I'll sit and I like observe things and I'll try to like learn people. I like to analyze. I analyze other people too, not only myself. Like to see what their reactions are, and like I guess that somewhat of I don't like the word, but empath. Like I can see when other people are hurting, and then I also like take on those emotions, and I'll hurt too when I see other people hurting. So
Mhm.
yeah, I guess for a while uh, this past year especially, I just didn't care as much, just because of things that was going through in my own life. I just didn't care as much about other people. Not that I didn't care about them at all, but I just didn't go out of my way to like follow after those emotions again. But now that I'm in a better place this year, it'd be nice to
Mhm.
do that again and be there for people. I feel like this past year was a year that I needed people to be there for me, so
Mhm.
it was nice to have those people for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2023 was definitely one that was for same on my page. I needed people to be there for me, and I had no capacity to be able to reach out to others. It's really what it
Mhm.
came down to,
Mm.
with many life changes. So
Yeah. All right. Well, it's a little late. I should go to bed. So I will plug our next session this
Mhm.
coming Sunday. The oh no, the date, the 7th.
it is the 7th.
Yes, at 6:30 p.m. on Twitch.
Mhm.
Tune in. See what happens.
It'll
It's gonna
a
be great.
good one.
Uh,
Hooray.
yeah. And we are also conceptualizing a potentially new stream, new kind of part of the channel that might be part of T7, that might be its own thing, but us getting together and playing some video games together, since we like to talk about it so much, we thought you guys would like to see us playing with each
We're doing a
other. I'm
playthrough of Final
sure.
Fantasy VI. It's
We're all gonna play Assassin's
Ooh,
Creed Mirage on different systems at the same time.
and you might even get to see me throw up.
yes,
So
nice.
who knows? Who knows? It'll be
knows?
exciting. It'll be a good time. But it was a pleasure talking to everyone tonight. I love you guys.
Hey, love you too,
I
Shay.
love you guys too.
Love you guys
Us too.
too. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
Bye.
We're good.
Noise.